Hi, welcome to part 4. This is where we're going to make the table together in very short little steps, so there's a lot of PowerPoint slides in this presentation to hopefully help you get this done a little bit quicker. Okay, if you do not have SketchUp open, I'll give you just a moment to do that. Alright, let's choose the rectangle tool and get the top of our table going. So draw your rectangle. And your rectangle needs to be 14 inches by 48 inches. Okay, so remember, draw the rectangle, let the click go, type in your dimensions, then hit the enter key. And I'm going to zoom in, and then you're going to use the push-pull tool, and you're going to pull that up to 1 inch. So I'm going to zoom in better here. And again, if you can't pull up the 1 inch, use the push-pull, start getting it going, type in your dimensions of 1 inch, and then hit the enter key. Our next step is to put that bevel on the edge of our table. So you can see I've zoomed in and I'm looking at one of the corners. Go ahead and choose the line tool, the pencil, and then you're going to come to the corner, find the midpoint, and you're going to draw an angle to one of the bottom edges, and you can make that angle as big or as small as you would like. And then when you've got it on edge, go ahead and click one time, and then we're going to use the orbit tool, and you need to see the bottom. Come to the select tool, and then you're going to click once on the bottom, and then we're going to use the follow me tool to create that bevel. So click once on the follow me tool and then point it at the little angle, this little triangle that you made, and click one time. And now you have a bevel. Good time to go ahead and save. Last name, first name, part 4 in your Computer Explorations folder, in your SketchUp folder, last name, first name, part 4. Alright, let's make some legs for our table. Alright, the first thing that we need to do is we need to group this tabletop so it doesn't interfere with our legs. So you're going to make sure you're on the select tool, and you're going to triple click or click 3 times in a row on the tabletop. That should select everything, so you should have the dots and the blue lines for everything. Leave your mouse pointer on your tabletop, right click, and then click on Make a Group. Okay, and you can see the lines now all around the outside of it. Okay, go ahead and click off of there and choose the Orbit tool, and we now need to look at the bottom of our table so we can make our table leg. And the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to put some guidelines in, so use the tape measure tool. And then you want to put a 1 inch guideline from each of the edges of the tool. So click on the edge, draw out, click, type in 1 inch, hit the enter key, and then do the same thing on the opposite edge, click, draw out, type in 1 inch, hit the enter key. Okay, let's grab a rectangle for our table leg. So draw in a rectangle. And that's going to be 1 inch by 2 inches. Hit the enter key. And then grab the select tool again. Click once on your rectangle for your leg. And then grab the move tool. And remember, when you're moving something, grab it from the end point. It'll be easier. So click, drag, let your click go. And there's your table leg. Okay, so let's give it some dimension. So grab the push-pull tool, and you're going to pull that down 37 inches. Okay, the same height that you pulled your table up to. And then grab the select tool, triple click on the table leg so that everything in the leg is selected. Right click on it, and this time we're going to make it a component and call it table leg, and you don't need to change anything else. So go ahead and click create. And you have your first table leg. Alright, here we go. We're going to make our second table leg and then taper those legs. So we're going to put our guideline in on this side of our table. Grab your tape measure and then pull that in an inch. So we've got our guidelines. And you want to make sure that your table leg is selected. Okay, grab the move tool. And remember, when you're moving something, grab the corners. So I'm going to grab this outside corner because I'm going to move it over here. And you're going to click and drag and then hold down the control key, which will copy it, and then move that table leg over there and click, and we've got two table legs. Okay, I need to get down to the feet of my table, and I really want to zoom in to see those. Okay, that's kind of the angle that you want. Okay, and then grab the select tool and then go ahead and double click on the table leg. And then you're going to click once on this bottom edge, not the face. See, I'm going to use this one to see if I've got the right blue line selected. That's what we want. And then grab the move tool. And then when we move this, it should move both the legs. Okay, and we want to move that, and we want to make it 1 inch and hit the enter key. And then when I, wrong way. When I look at my table legs, they should be better at the top and skinnier at the bottom. And you've got tapered table legs. Right, the next step is to build the supports for a table leg so they don't wobble or bow out, and then to duplicate that component and move it down to the other end of the table so our table will actually stand up. So first what we're going to do is grab the rectangle tool, and we're going to make a rectangle. So I'm going to find the end point. I'm not going to fill it all the way in because I don't want to have that all really filled in. And then I'm going to grab the push-pull tool and I'm going to pull that down to 6 inches. What happened? Oh, no, it doesn't. There we go. What did I click on wrong here? Let's try it again. There we go. Triple click on that and select it, and then we're going to make it a component and call it table support. And then I'm going to orbit my table so I can see the bottom, and grab the select tool down the shift key, and that will allow you to select both the other table legs. So now we can move the two table legs and the support. So we're going to grab the move tool, and I'm going to grab one of the corners, start moving it, and hold down the control key, which will copy, and remember to keep it on your lines. So as you can see, while I was dragging it along, it was moving on line. That's going to keep it lined up for you. Okay, so what we need to do is I need to look at this corner because I need to know where I'm going to put this. So I'm going to put another guide in. So grab the tape measure, and let's put a guideline in for 1 inch here so we know where to put the other table leg and line it up. Okay, let's try that again. I lost my mouse. Tool, check. Okay, so now the problem is that I've got the wrong side facing out. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to orbit that a little bit more so I can see it. And then I want to zoom in because we're going to use the scale tool. You know what, I'm finding all of these guidelines very distracting, so I'm going to go to Edit and delete these guidelines because I don't need them anymore. Okay, so what I want to do is, now I've got the back side facing on the outside of the table. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mirror this. So we're going to choose the scale tool. And you'll notice I had everything selected still here. So if you need to, click on one of the components, hold down the Shift key, and then click on the other two. And what we're going to do is we're going to grab these middle rescale right here and grab these midpoints. And I'm going to start dragging them. And then I'm just going to type in -1 and hit the Enter key. And it works by percentages, so if I would have put in 1, I would have got a 100% copy, but I wanted to move it back. So now I've got that depression like I have on the outside of my other ones. This is probably a good time for you to go ahead and save. And then we need to make our front supports next. Time to make some front supports, and then we'll arc those. So grab the rectangle tool, and you can see that I've zoomed in to underneath my table so I can see the legs and the other support. And I'm going to draw a rectangle here, and I'd like that rectangle to be a 1/2 inch, so 0.5. Sorry, can I do that again? Will it let me? Make it 0.5 by 6 inches. And then I'm going to zoom and move so I can see the other side of my table. Orbit a little bit there. Okay, grab the push-pull tool and then grab that rectangle that we made and pull that across to the other side. If you just want to double check and make sure it's connected there, looks good. Grab the select tool, triple click on the front support, right click, make it a component, and I'm going to call it table front. Oops. And click create, and then we're going to orbit our table, and we're going to put one on the other side. See, I don't move as well as the lady does in the video. She's better at doing that kind of stuff. I'm going to orbit this up a little bit better so I can see a line inside here. Now remember, I deleted the guidelines because they were messing up my work. So I'm just going to put my guideline back in here from this edge. So I've got that to work with, just in case I don't like the way that it's lined up the other way. Okay, what did I do? I don't know. Let's try it again. This way. Guess if you work with the right edge, that works a little bit better, huh? Okay, grab the move tool, and we're going to come to the corner and grab it and start moving it, and then control. And let's move that into place. I'm on line. Looks like I maybe went overboard a little bit there, but I think we'll be okay. Alright, I'm going to orbit this so I can see the front. You want to make sure that the component is selected, and what I want to do is I want to make an arc, but I don't want to make it too big. So I'm going to make a 1-inch guideline from the bottom of the front support, and then click on the select tool and triple click on the front support so that we have it all selected. And then we're going to use this arc tool, and you have to make sure that you actually grab the corners of the front support. So make sure you click on the end point and then go to the opposite side and get the other end point, and then when you pull up you should see you've got your arc. And then I'm going to get it with the pink dot and click, And then when I grab the push-pull tool, I want to make sure only the arc is selected and then push it away from me. I might have to re-angle it. I think I got it. And there you go. We're arced. There's another piece done. Time to make some drawers. Alright, last steps, and then you should have all the points for this table. We're going to make the drawer fronts and then put some color on it, whatever you would choose. So let's choose the rectangle tool, and you're going to make a rectangle that is 3 inches by 15 inches. And then you can select that and move it to wherever you would like to. We're going to make another one, so think about that. And then you're going to pull the drawer front out. We're making a false door front, 1 inch. And then grab the orbit tool, and we want to look at the side here, and then grab the line tool, and I'm going to find the midpoint here, and I'm going to draw a line up so that we can put that beveled edge on like we did here. Grab the select tool, click once on the face of the drawer, grab the follow me tool and point that at the little corner you made. Click, and now I've got a nice beveled front drawer. And then grab the select tool again, triple click to select it, right click, make a component, call it a drawer. And then we can move that and copy it. Grab the move tool and then hold down the control key and then drag your drawer where you'd like. You see you've got a green line to keep your tops lined up. And then come back and select, and let's edit this, and let's make a pull for this. So I'm going to grab the circle tool, and I'm going to find the midpoint and come down. Actually, I'm going to zoom in. Find my midpoint, and I'm going to come down, and I'm going to make a circle here. And then I'm going to grab the push-pull tool. I'm going to pull that out just a little bit so I can make a drawer front. Oh, that's pulled out way too much. And notice I've got a drawer front and now a pull on both sides. And then I'm going to zoom in, and I'm just going to click off and deselect everything. So you can go to, your window and your materials. Okay, and then you can choose colors, you can choose ground cover if you want, you can choose whatever you would like, and then you want to fill this in, and you see just by clicking in the color I've got the fill bucket, and you can make this look like whatever you would like. Don't forget to give it an orbit and do the back side. And now you have a beautiful table. Hey, make sure you let me know that you're finished with this, and then I can go in and grade it. It should have been saved as last name, first name, part 4. I hope this helped better than the lady in the Google tutorial did.